Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Job Radio Prediction League Frontline. I am your host, Scott, along with my co-host, BeerMeJesus, still the world champion. There's not been an event yet, but he is still the world champion. Champ, how you doing?
Pretty good. How about yourself, Scott?
I'm good. We are counting down, quite literally, on jobradio.com. There is a countdown to May 10th. That is Money in the Bank. That is what we are looking at and moving forward here. Let's just start right quick with that, Bear. I mean, we mentioned a little bit last time, but the tournament for King of the Ring notwithstanding, that's starting at this event, but it's all about the Money in the Bank briefcase. And as the world champion, you got to have your head on a swivel with that. We didn't talk much about this last time. We did mention it a little bit, but here we're going to go down all 6 competitors and mention some of the opening matches as well. Because most of the card is the King of the Ring tournament otherwise, and we already went last episode, talked all about that. JobberRadio.com on the YouTube channel. You can check it out there. We have the Twitter as well, Jobber Radio Official. It's all on there. But this time, Money in the Bank. This is 6 competitors, and there's some interesting facts we'll look at for each of them. It's going to be ridiculous because I'm writing it, and I'm basing it on the idea of the corporate structure that WWE is doing where you climb up the building. I'm doing that. But the winner of this, the main part that we're talking about, gets to cash in on the champion. And how that works from a points perspective in our prediction league, for people who are unaware, we'll always got to treat this like everybody might be seeing this for the first time. The JRPL Prediction League has you looking at an upcoming event like Money in the Bank or Double or Nothing, which is coming up, or WrestleMania that just happened. And you look at the matches on the card and you predict the winner, if it's Goldberg or Braun Strowman. And you have 8 matches, so you think most confidently Goldberg will beat Braun. So you put 8 on that one. You can't use that 8 again. Now you got 7 down to 1. You're least confident about something, you put the 1 on that one. You're somewhat confident, you put a 7, whatever. That's how your points go. With Money in the Bank, when you cash in, you get an extra 10 points. And that can be the deciding factor on something like a takeover or something where the point spread might only be 10 or 15 points anyway, or even less. An automatic 10 points, you might have lost normally, but the cash-in gets you that bonus, just like a normal Money in the Bank cash-in is. Now, Beerman, you've seen cash-ins before. There's never been an unsuccessful cash-in of Money in the Bank. How do you feel as reigning champion on a strong reign with that nipping at your heels?
A little nervous. I can't lie to you. Nervous.
It's... depending on the timing, it's going to be interesting. The one thing benefiting you is there's just less shows right now. There's no Ring of Honor shows. There's no Impact show, as of yet anyway. They moved it to their TV. There is Double or Nothing. There is WWE. We don't even know if they're going to do TakeOver, technically, right now. So you're kind of safe with main shows. But then again, they might do those very differently, too, in how they present them. Like we might not get a 4-hour pay-per-view for Money in the Bank. It might only be 3. We don't know. It's uncharted territory, so
Yeah.
I don't know. You could be the one. You did stop the champion from winning his shot. Sorry, you did stop the challenger from winning in his shot from the Royal Rumble. So this is the new one. This is the new anytime, any place. Of course, the other is obviously the King of the Ring tournament. The winner of that will get a call-shotted opportunity, which is you could make any match you want, title match or not. But this one is... It's risky, isn't it? It's
very risky.
Because you've got that, even with things like if you're in a submission match, because we do this all the time, you got to look at that where you're most confident about something, but you only put 1 point on it. When you do that, yeah, your natural points would be how a Money to Make cash-in works. So no hardcore stipulation points come into effect, but you only got 1 point for that confident match. That's...
Yeah.
Yeah. So, well, how about this?
But...
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
But to be clear, they don't have to cash in on me if they don't want to. They can cash in on somebody else. I mean, I wouldn't. I'd cash in on myself. But,
That's true. There is the Ultraviolent champion. Hiroshi Moses has that. The Top Lock champion, my girl Redhead 12, has that. And, of course, the Road Warrior champion is JD Onio. And you can cash in on any of those guys. They are all viable options. I don't know if you'd be allowed to cash in on the tag titles, Because we had a tag team Money in the Bank before, so I don't know if you could actually do that.
Oh, yeah, that's true. That would be dope, but I don't know if you can. Yeah.
I really though it's for the world title. Let's be honest. That's who wouldn't do that.
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Here. So, but let's go down the competitors because we can see on the screen here we do have the Money in the Bank competitors. We have LJ, the Greene Machine, Junction, Orestella, the Urban Legend, and BeerMeJesus. Now, we're going to go through these guys one by one. I've got their profile pages here. And something that you're going to notice as we go is some interesting aspects and similarities. LJ, we start. He has no accomplishments listed, which is... Sorry, let me scroll back here. There we go. I'm looking at the bio. I forgot. It's up there. He is an Ultraviolent champion and a Road Warrior champion. And he debuted at Crown Jewel 2018. So he's been here a little over a year. Already 2 titles. He's 22, 23, and 1. And he's got 2 singles titles. He's obviously going to go after the world title with this. He's someone that you've run across as well. What do you think of LJ as a potential contender with Money in the Bank, no less? He's dangerous as it is, but Money in the Bank makes him even more so.
I know, and he's one of those sneaky people that like he keeps posting that of him grabbing it, and I could just see him doing something sneakily and cashing it in. He's very dangerous.
He is
very dangerous.
He is part of the Simple Creatures, along with tag champions Modstep and Chappers, and the one you wanted to see in the submission match, JJ Rocky. He's part of a faction, and Money in the Bank, there's no rules, so they could be involved as well. Which, for the sake of everybody listening, they can't actually do anything, but it is storyline-wise. Like, for the write-up, I could easily have this faction get involved, just for the fun of it. And if they want it, like, that's what we can do, but they can't actually affect the outcome. Just so you know, like, being a faction doesn't help you in that regard. As someone who's been in a faction, you're well aware how that can go. And how they have your back storyline-wise and stuff, so... He is an interesting one. I keep wanting to say he's a newcomer, but no, he's well beyond that at this point, I say. But he's a solid pick. As is the Greene Machine. Greene Machine debuted, I think, at the first ever show, if I'm correct. He's 44, 38, and 5. He's a former tag champ with Spring Tigress and an Ultraviolent champion. And I mentioned with Tigress, he's part of the AHMF with Tigress and the GMSG. He, again, title reigns, but not the big one. Got a singles title in there, got the tag titles, but he's never really gotten it. And he actually came close to getting the Ultraviolent title again. Came very close, if not for a pick or two, earlier in the year. But he's been one. I think he was the first to get 1,000 points. Like, he's been consistent a lot. But I don't want to say only in the mid-range, but it's like he's never fallen below that, but he's never quite gone beyond it either, which is... like Solution HMF, you guys are fully aware of each other in that regard. What do you feel about Greene Machine chances?
He's one of those people that either score like really, really, really super high. Like you look up there and you're like, oh, there he is. He's like has like one of the highest scores of the night, or he's like down there. It's like he's like either really great or he's down there. It's like one of the two. He's like hardly ever in the middle. So if he does well, he does really well, and he'll walk away with it. And he could.
I honestly feel like this could be like, he got it. Like he turned that corner. That can happen. That's happened to me before. It kind of happened to LJ. Honestly, he kind of went from he's a new guy, look at him go, to he's legit. I think this could actually work for him and really benefit with the win. I definitely think that's a possibility for him.
Plus, like my character's cool with the HMF, so like maybe I'd have a little bit of a safe way until he would cash in. Maybe he'd wait for me to lose it. I don't know.
You never know with that. That's how we could lull you in, right?
Right, yeah.
But look at that record, 44, 38, and 5. LJ, for the record, let's go back, was 22, 23, and 1. Junction, let's move over to him, 35, 46, and 4. So far, Greene's the only one with a winning record. Junction debuted Money in the Bank 2017 in our initial year. Road Warrior champ, tag champ, again, same as some of the other guys here. And also upset of the year at the Jobbies. But he's part of the Eloquent Enigmas, along with C.T. Martin. And you go from there, you get it would be the Blissful Enigmas or whatever Enigmas combinations you're looking at with Addenex, who seems to be on the outs, or with Red, of course, but that's Infinity. There's a lot of unstable unknowns with the Enigmas, which, as I say that's all too apropos for Enigmas. But Junction's one, again, very similar to Greene, who's kind of always been there, always been trucking along, never really fallen far, but never gotten the big one. Again, Road Warrior champion, tag champion. I mean, the upset was the Enigmas defeating the Solution. You guys. Literally you and Gordon for the tag titles. I remember that.
Oh, yeah.
So, Junction, again, another one where it's like, yeah, I could see it. I could easily see it. I don't know if he's the one you bet on, but that's kind of what the Money in the Bank is, right? So, how do you feel about Junction as a competitor here?
I feel like, yeah, if he wins it, that could, like, really, like... He's been around a long time, but, like, now he would be taken, like, seriously as a singles competitor if he won it. Because most of the time he's in the tags, so, I mean, this would, like, really push him or elevate him, and more people would take him seriously.
And again...
Not that people aren't.
No.
But I'm just saying.
But they wouldn't second guess. They'd be like, oh, Junction, okay. They'd be like, oh, yeah, Junction, yeah. Because, I mean, I almost hate to say it, but guys like LJ have kind of passed him, right? You know what I mean? Like, he came up and he was dealing with him and then moved beyond. So this is the kind of thing to keep Junction not just up to speed, but in front is for him. So, excuse me. Next up, we have Orestella with definitely a winning record, 27-18-1. Debuted in 2018 at Redemption, so that was actually nowish, about 2 years ago. Former Ultraviolent champion, yet again. And the key thing I want to point out here is affiliation. None. He has no faction. He's on his own.
He's the only dude in this that's not a part of a faction.
He is, as we'll see. The other two members are parts of factions. Orestella obviously coming off a loss of the Ultraviolent title in Ultimate X at WrestleMania. This is definitely a way to get back at that. It's an opportunity for someone based on that. Like that's why he's in this. Is basically because of that. I'd have to say. Again, I would not second guess at all him winning. Just like the others.
No. Yeah, and I think out of the first ones that we've mentioned, he's the only one to win a ladder match so far, maybe? Because I think he beat Nerd for it. He beat Nerd for the Ultraviolent title.
I think you're right. What we can do, there are achievements. I can look real quick to see if ladder matches are in here. We have LJ. He's won a War Games. He's won a Triple Threat. Let's see. He did win a ladder match.
Oh, he did.
LJ did win a ladder match. It was against Hawk.
Oh,
Crown
yeah,
Jewel.
that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that said, the Greene Machine, I want to say he has. Maybe not. Like with the points, he's up there with a lot. He's won a death match. And that's it. I don't even see... Oh, he's won a hardcore match. But I don't even see that he's won a triple threat. Oh, there it is. That's his most recent achievement, triple threat. Junction, he won Ultimate X. So
yeah, he did.
That's interesting, that one. That's definitely something. Main evented. He was in Money in the Bank previously. He didn't win it, but he was in it. And Orestella, not many achievements compared to the rest, but he did win a ladder match. But he has not won Money in the Bank. He did get Match of the Night, though. So, this one, I really don't know. There's a lot of interesting possibility in all of that. You've got people who have been in ladder matches, people who have won ladder matches, people who've been in Money in the Bank. I don't know. What are you thinking there with Orestella? It definitely is an interesting possibility here for him to win this and get right back on track.
It would, but like out of like most of the people, I kind of feel like he's being overlooked the most.
I could see it. They're almost thinking like he's Ultraviolent guy. Why is he in here? Right? But it's a ladder match. It's Money in the Bank. That's right up his alley, especially with it being through the JRPL head offices. That's tailor-made for a guy like him, right? So I'm definitely intrigued to see where this goes. And and how he can really adapt to being in the corporate environment. That's up his alley, I think. What do you think?
Yeah.
So let's see. Next up, the urban legend, the new guy of the group. He debuted at Super Showdown 2020. That was in February, like 2 months ago. He's 3-1. He has no highlights, and he won a triple threat, and he got more than 40 points. He's brand new. He's literally the rookie of the match. He is part of the Age of Annihilation with Dark Rider and Jace in 13. This is the kind of thing where a guy can come out of nowhere and just win it, and suddenly you've got a world title contender that hasn't even had 5 matches yet.
I think that would be pretty cool, though.
It's part of the idea. I do like that opportunity. Since he's got such a small record, let's take a look. He won the triple threat against Dave Smells My Fart and Fart Bucket, which that's the kind of the rite of passage you're in. He beat Cammy Cat, he beat Tom, and then he lost to Tom at WrestleMania.
Ooh,
it was only by 10. It was only by 10. So if you consider Money in the Bank giving you 10 extra points, say that was it, he never would have lost. So if you look at it in a weird way like that, he's got the winning record. But well, he's still got a winning record, obviously. I don't want to say I can't see him winning it because I don't know enough, and that's the most dangerous part of this. I have no idea what to expect with him in this.
Yeah, I mean those legends pull off some crazy stuff. I mean, the Age of Annihilate. Well, when they were all a faction, I should say.
Yeah.
Ash won the world title. Hawk won Tournament of Death. I mean, it's very.
Against Jace, no less, right? They're literally a faction final. So.
Yeah, so it wouldn't surprise me one bit if Urban Legend came in and won. Just shocked everybody.
Yeah. And last up is BeerMeJesus. He debuted at Extreme Rules 2017. He is 35, 47, and 2. He is a former Ultraviolent champion and part of Stable of the Year, Team No Chance. And again, Team No Chance with Buck N5 and JD. And let's just scroll right down, looking quick here. He's won a hardcore match. He's won a death match. He's won a submission match. He's won Hell in a Cell. No ladder match, though. Never been in and never won. So, Vitamin, I know very well. He and I feuded a few times. I did win the last one, but I think that's still 1 and 2 for him. Like, he's got more wins over me, but I won the one that mattered. He's a tough one, though. He's always consistent, always tough. So that record of 35, 47, and 2, that looks worse than it does, but you get that kind of record when you show up every event. And you're there, you're going to get like a mid-range thing, like LJ. You think, oh, he's hot. He's 22, 23, and 1. He's got a losing record, technically. But he's always good, always consistent. Same with Vitamin. So it's just a matter of, I get some losses here and there. I'm not going to lie. I think he's your most dangerous with Money in the Bank. If he had that. I think he's your biggest threat out of these 5, or these 6.
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely up there. I mean, No Chance in ladder matches, they're historically the best, so...
That's true.
It's tough to bet against him.
Literally, Lily and Buck won the Money in the Bank ladder match. So, it's almost the TNC thing to do for him to win the Money in the Bank ladder match, so...
Yep. Yeah. And JD just successfully defended his Road Warrior title.
In a ladder match.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So... yeah, I'm definitely worried.
Yeah. Rightfully so. Let's look at the rest of the card, because we have that. For some reason, Vitamin's picture is not loading on my screen. Let me try that again here. It's literally everybody but him, which is kind of funny. That's weird. Let's go. There we go. Again, I am not picking against anybody in this match. I think Vitamin's your biggest threat, but I kind of think it's Orestella's to take. But I'm rooting for Greene. I want to see him get that and make that run at you. I want to see that happen, personally. So that would be the most interesting one I think. If Vitamin won it, like I said, he's probably your biggest threat. Urban would be a fun one to see pull it off. Orestella's, I think it's his to lose. Junction, I'd like to see it, but I can't really pick him. LJ is a big threat as well. I think he might have, that might be what he needs to beat you. But I'm pulling for Greene. I want to see him pull that and go after you with it. That's my kind of little mini breakdown of that. What do you think?
Yeah, I'd like to see Greene win it too, because yeah, he's one of my boys in HMF. But man, I can't stop thinking that LJ's gonna somehow sneak away with that Money in the Bank somehow. He's gonna, like somebody'll have a hold of it, and then he'll just sneak up there and rip it away from somebody.
I could see that. That I wouldn't be surprised by that. Do you see? Well, I mean, obviously, I'm writing it, so whatever. But do you see any kind of crazy ridiculousness happening? Like, I've looked through, and a lot of these guys use finishers that are like the bitter end or like a backbreaker. But we've got the Samoan Spike and the Shining Wizard also in there. So of the finishers, there's 4 kind of grapple hit moves and 2 strikes. With a ladder match, anything you're kind of predicting in that, like some insanity? Obviously, people going off ladders, whatever. But we've got a whole office to work with, so.
Man, oh yeah, because it's gonna be like, it's gonna be like the corporation.
Oh yeah,
corporate ladder.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I don't know. All I know is that you're gonna have fun writing that because there's gonna be a lot of shenanigans.
The worst part is I like to get it done a lot beforehand, but I kind of have to see it first, right? I want to see what they do with it to get some inspiration. I won't copy it directly, obviously, but I'll reference stuff, of course. That's always fun, yeah. The rest of the card, we do have the Road Warrior title. We know was J.D. Onio defending against Captain Charisma, who he faced as part of that 6-man challenge. It's 1-on-1, so Cap gets the shot here. And then there's the King of the Ring, the first round. Bomber and Jut, you and Spring, Cam and me, Carlito and GMSG, Tino and CT, and Bastion and Hawk, and Redhead and Ash, and 3J and Wookiee. There's more. It just keeps going. It's the entire first round is taking place at Money in the Bank as well. So it's pretty stacked as far as for what the main matches are, because we talked about this field last week. There's a lot of big matches and big showdowns happening from this. And then they just continue at the next event, but which probably will not be at Double or Nothing. Let's keep that for the record. It's probably going to be main shows only, so probably won't be till Extreme Rules or whatever that next one is. But of this, I mean, we talked about it ad nauseum last time, but I don't remember a card that is quite that stacked that isn't like one of the big 4, right? Like, I know that we always try to keep it big, but just the nature of what this tournament is, plus how the Money in the Bank works, I think we've got a pretty amazing main card here.
Yeah. Man, and especially if you win this tournament, like you get bragging rights and you get to call your shot. Like that's man, that's something.
But let's not forget who else is on here. We do have some kickoff matches. Let's work from the bottom up. We have JJ Rocky versus Randy the Fiend Orton. That's spinning out of the WrestleMania match, 2 of the challengers there. We have the Dark Rider facing Pain. We have Ultraviolent Champ Hiroshi Moses facing Super Hippo, non-title match, as well as a hardcore match with Jace Villain 13 and the Lucha Warrior. And then of the Renaissance, Cassius and Nathan 8K versus Broken Nerd and Luke Gray. Some more fun matches, some more interesting, wild matches, I'd say. I like the fallout from Mania, but I also like some of the randomness. Like, I know it's whatever story, but Nerd and Luke is a fun team to me. I really like that.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
And that's Money in the Bank. We do have Double or Nothing after that. We do have a couple matches signed for that. We have, obviously, the Road Warrior title will take place. But we do have a death match. Jace Villain 13 versus Hawk. That's a rematch. We've seen them face before. So that death match is coming up. As well, oh look, a non-title match with BeerMeJesus versus Jonathan C.T. Martin. The canceled match from Ring of Honor is now taking place here. Let's scroll down a tiny bit. We also have Chappers versus Vitamin Yes. The Regulators, 3J and Cyborg versus Forever Chillin', and Killmonger. And then a hardcore match. I believe Bomber requested this after how close one was supposed to be. It was Alaska Brown versus Bomber. I think that's just Bomber trying to get some of his mojo back after losing it to me in a death match, but I digress.
Right.
How do you feel about facing CT finally?
It'll be a fun match. It'll be good. It's been a long time coming.
It's
It's
in the middle of the tournament, so at this point, you guys both may have advanced. You both may have been eliminated, or one's in, one is out.
Yeah.
And that would be something. Say you got eliminated in the tournament by Spring out of the gate, and then CT beats you non-title. That's not good.
No, it's really not.
But
no.
say you beat Spring, and then CT beats you. That's still good. Like, it's important to realize that if the champion loses non-title, people notice. The booking team sees that and goes, "Okay, all right, prove it."
Yeah.
Let's see if that was a fluke or not. Let's see, because the way we do it, obviously, AEW is different than WWE, different than Ring of Honor, different than Impact. That's why some are main shows and some aren't. And obviously, some people don't know some as well as others. Your predictions for how WWE is going to book is obviously different from Impact. There's different teams involved, so that's why it's like, okay, you lost there. How about over here? Oh, you lost there too. All right, title shot. Let's go. That's why we always have our Impact matches and stuff like that. So, but that's some of the interesting stuff. The one thing I'd like to touch on beyond that, Beer Me, is our Discord. In our Discord chat, the character chat specifically, there is absolute mayhem with the factions right now. All those factions involved in Money in the Bank. The Renaissance is just trying to dominate everything. There's insanity in there. And I've mentioned it before as someone as part of a small faction, just the three of us. I've been quiet. Lee's been quiet. There'll be a video probably coming at some point. Red's been talking, though, and I'll have a promo soon. But, like, Orestella's solo, and you're solo. With all the factions starting to fight each other, how's that kind of make you feel at this point, with everybody kind of fighting each other to get to you, in a way?
I like it. It's pure chaos, and I love it.
Well, now, you were part of the solution, which you could argue is the best faction we've had. At least most successful. There's contenders now, like a year and a half later, since the solution was really a thing at that level. Even through to the middle of 2019, it was still very successful, but it wasn't of the heyday of like with John World Champion and stuff like that.
Right.
But as someone who's been part of factions to run solo, I've been solo, now I'm part of a faction. I remember during the global warfare stuff that we had, Global Solution and the UVA, being solo through that was anarchy. It was so fun to be like just the lone wolf and calling your shot. But I wasn't the world champion. That's a whole different animal, man. And that's... I don't know what to say to that.
Well, we'll see who comes out of all of that. I mean, who knows if I'm still champ, too, by the time everybody gets done.
Yeah.
With each other. Well,
because the factions are fighting each other with Money in the Bank and the tournament, and then you're also going to be dealing with the winner of the tournament and the winner of Money in the Bank. Yeah, it's going to be absolute chaos, which is fun. That's fun for wrestling, so that makes it interesting, I think. So.
Yeah.
But did you have anything else you want to mention here tonight?
No. I think we got it covered.
I think we're good. I think we got Money in the Bank. We got most of the card filled out. The main card is filled out. The next show will be in a week, and then I believe that's leading up to Money in the Bank, or the week after that. So, but we are going to continue weekly. We'll have something next week. I'm not sure what. Might not be as long, but we want to keep that consistency going, keep things interesting, and keep things running smooth. and keep that word out for the JRPL. So again, jobberradio.com. It's the JR Prediction League. Check it out there. It's JRPL Official on Twitter, Jobber Radio Prediction League Official on YouTube. Check all that stuff out. And of course, the main podcast as well. We keep recording that one. Check all that out. And that's it for me. And if that's it for you, Bear Me, we can sign off and everybody can be safe and hope they have a good night.